Hello. Using 1,556 sessions of lectures by H.K.Y on the architecture of the White Palace, we will take time to analyze its cosmology, precepts, and celestial mechanics through an objective framework. We will unpack esoteric theology into a clear, structured form. The endpoint of human evolution is none other than the White Palace, the core mechanism to reach it is an unchangeable visa that's imprinted into the soul. In particular, it's the idea that every year on August 8th, through the 88th day blessing, you receive a dose of cosmic energy across 8,800 trillion steps, thereby safeguarding both biological and spiritual health. Modern society is like an innkeeper's tavern. A company's hierarchical structure keeps people competing non-stop, which in turn leads to biological collapse such as liver cancer and physical depletion. Spiritual poverty that tries to find heaven in a wine glass, along with a forced drinking culture caused by social pressure, traps people in a net of mind and body. The many scriptures that hold 4,000 years of history have their value redefined in the age of judgment. The vast records of the Old and New Testaments are now condensed into 16 behavioral guidelines. Through the 8 Beatitudes for the blessed and the 8 counterparts for the cursed, and the words of Revelation 218, only. These 16 standards remain as the essence. First is a reinterpretation of the 8 blessings. The poor in spirit means those who leave pantheism behind and focus on the true God. Those who mourn are those who carry regret for realizing the righteous late, and the meek are quiet strategists who end up inheriting unexpected wealth. Those who hunger for righteousness symbolize the absolute provision of food and clothing guaranteed to those who struggle. These are the remaining Beatitudes, social and cosmic alignments. Compassion is guaranteed. The protection of heaven, and those with a pure heart gain the ability to witness the divine directly. Those who bring peace become leaders who resolve the village's problems, and those who are persecuted for righteousness have their heavenly level rise even more quickly, eventually gaining entry to the 100 halls. On the other hand, you must be wary of the 8 negative factors that lead to your qualifications being revoked. It includes things like falsehood, fear, distrust, as well as divination and idol worship. In particular, attempts to predict the future are futile. Fate has already been decided, because your current life is the result of past actions. It examines the pathology surrounding fear and revenge. When you receive a terminal diagnosis, if you are trapped in fear, you move toward death. But those with a visa take it as the starting point of joy that leads to the White Palace. Also, personal revenge is strictly prohibited. Punishment is carried out by a cosmic mechanism by following 16 conduct guidelines. 9 fruits will be yielded: love, ecstasy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, diligence, gentleness, restraint. These can be said to be the final spiritual biological data required for entering the White Palace. Observe the hierarchy of the true ones. The eternal true ones are beings with perfect cosmic resonance power, and beneath them are the 144,000 sealed ones who have been designated. They preserve their genetic code and are distinguished amid humanity's collapse by conforming to the system. They are astronomical phenomena as physical evidence. It claims that when the presence of the sage interacts with the universe, Miraculous phenomena that go beyond existing physics occur, such as the moon growing more than 10 times in size, or pulsating and directly communicating with a smartphone camera. The Korean peninsula is a sacred strategic stronghold in terms of geomorphology. At once it is the point where climates converge, while countless rice paddies serve as a heat control system, and the Tibik mountain range provides a natural barrier. These geographic conditions are considered biologically optimized sanctuaries for the true ones, namely, a New Jerusalem. Finally, this is the formula of salvation: take the 8 blessings, discard the 8 evils, and recognize the true ones. Through this equation, visas are issued. The logic is that by setting aside a complicated religious history, and choosing absolute loyalty to the true ones, one can completely escape the biological decline of life on Earth.